Hi everyone, this is Irek. You're welcome to this tutorial. In this video, we are going to be discussing the Underlay tool, which is one of the most important tools in Revit, and it's located here on the properties panel. And I'm going to be using this simple floor plan to illustrate how to use the Underlay. And right here in this video, we are going to be exploring that. But just before we get started, consider subscribing to this channel for more Revit tips, because I make tutorials like this every week. And hit the like button so that more people can see and benefit from it. Now, having said that, let's get started. Here we are in this level 1 floor plan. To move on with our underlay lesson, I like to explain that these dotted lines represent cantilever and we are in level 1 floor plan. But first of all, let me take you to maybe south elevation, just so you understand exactly how the levels are placed. I have my foundation here and I have my level 1, which is where I just left. Level 2 is supposed to be at the next level, and then I have level 3, which is the final level where I will start putting my roof, and then we are just going to go back to level 1. This is the level 1, so let's go to level 2 right now. Now here you could see that you can't really see anything, all right, because nothing has been sketched here. So what to do right now is just to come to our properties panel, and then here you could see Underlay. So right here under your base level, here you have none. Click here. I'm going to turn it to level 1. Say look down, because I am above, so which is actually in halftone, all right. But whatever element you're putting up right here on this level is not going to be on halftone. Okay, now let us go ahead and make a sketch using this our level 1 elements as a guide. Now I'm just going to put up a floor above and on top of this, because we have cantilever on the building, so I have to use this as a guide. So what I'm going to do next is to go and pick my floor plan right here, and I say floor architectural, so I can go ahead and duplicate the floor. I can call this let's leave it as floor 3, and the thickness is 150 millimeters, so I have to leave it like that, and I say okay. Then I pick my line, start from this point, just to guide me, all right, and then you hit okay. So here they say, would you like walls that go up to this floor level to attach to its bottom? I say attach. So here we are. Then if you go to our 3D to view what we have done, you can now see that we have a floor above that. So now this floor here, you could see that where the staircase is closed, and we don't want that. And moreover, the floor also has some of these elements almost protruding out of it. So what I have to do is to select the floor, and I can give it an offset of 150 millimeters, because the thickness of that floor is 150 millimeters. So it's embedded in the wall, and I just want it to start at the top of the wall. So I say 150 and apply. So you can see that. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to make a cavity around the staircase. So I'm going back to my level 2 rather, and then I select the floor, edit boundary. Then in this case I'm just going to go use this, or I use line. I start from where the staircase begins, and I hit finish, attach. So we have the staircase there. So if we go to see our 3D, you could see that it's open. Now looking at this staircase, if you check, the staircase is not properly fit into the final landing, which is supposed to take you on top of the floor. So what I have to do is to select the stairs. After selecting the stairs, I check the desired number of the stair is 23. I'm just going to reduce it to 22 and apply it. Actually, it is well calculated. It's already at the number 22, so the number 22 takes you to the final landing. Once you step here, the last leg you raise will bring you to the top of the floor. So we have that there. Then the next thing I want to do is to start putting my walls using this as a guide. So I'm going to go back to my level 2, and then I pick my wall, and I have 2 to 5 millimeter walls, so I'm just going to select that, and then I check my base constraint as level 2, and then I turn this top constraint into level 3. Alright, then I turn here to 0, and then once you apply, every other thing falls in place. So here at this point, I can change my location line from wall center line to finish face exterior. And so I go that way to that point. This is the essence of the underlay, just to guide us on what we are doing. That's why I'm going this far with it. Otherwise, you already seen how the underlay works. So here now you could see that we've run our wall across. If I have to continue making walls, all I have to do is to select, and then maybe I create similar, start from this point. We have the level 2, and then we have the 3D. Now, if you need to play around your underlay more, all you have to do is to go to level 1. Now, I just have to look for the underlay. This is the underlay. Now, the base level, we have none, and say I just want to look up from this level just to see what is happening up there. All I have to do right now is to click here, and I go to level 2. This is level 1, and I turn this to level 2, and I turn this to look up. So once you do that, you're going to see the walls that are half toned is the way the wall is running up. Now all this is so you could see how to place your structural elements like the columns and the rest of it. And then for convenience sake, so you could be able to put your annotations like dimensions here without any obstruction. You could just turn this one back to looking down and change this back to maybe none. Then if you are on the second floor as well and you need to see how the walls are running on the ground floor, all you just have to do also is to turn this back to level 1. Level 1, you hit this, alright, then you could see how the walls are running there. Now if it's inconveniencing you, you can also change it back to none, and that's it. This is what the underlay is all about then. So with this, we've come to the end of this tutorial, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so for more Revit tips. Hit that like button so more people can also see and benefit from it. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.